Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of The Shadow of the Silver Mane. For viewers on Skoll Shorties channel, we took a little bit of a break because of scheduling stuff and IRL stuff. It doesn't really matter, but we're back and we are continuing with our usual story. We just posted like an episode on my channel, and as the usual reminder, this episode is posted on Skoll Shorties channel. The episode after that shall be posted on Sir Thompshire's channel, then back on mine, then back on Skoll's, and so on and so forth, etc, etc. Now, I would very much like to ask these lovely people to introduce themselves and their characters. I rolled some dice in the background, and the dice have decided that Skoll, the owner of the channel you all are watching this on, should go ahead and introduce himself first. Can you please go ahead?
Yep. Hi, you know me. I'm Skoll Shorties, and I'm playing as the lovely goofball ogre, pirate, captain, first mate, ogre, Buhd. And, he never got to get interrogated, so, you know, sad stuff.
Can I be completely honest? They were not going to interrogate you at all anyway.
I figured.
Yeah.
Would have been fun, but yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't make direct sense, but yeah, it would have been fun. But yeah, and also you no longer have a bad back. That's always a nice thing.
Yeah. No more spine showing, I guess.
Yeah.
That took a while to get that solved.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Skoll. Next, according to the dice that I rolled, would be Zelris. Could you please go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself and your character?
I'm Zelris. I play Lyri Embasaro, who's currently escaping after having been interrogated.
Fun times. Okay. Next, according to the dice, would be Mr. Thompshire. Could you please go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself and your character?
Hello. As always, I'll be playing Benjamin Aaran, who's now having a fun time in a jail cell after being interrogated. But, you know, he had the luck of not being coerced by the figure of your mother being beaten up or something, so I guess that's a positive. And, yeah, let's see how it goes down.
You did a while back, you did post on Twitter a render that you did of Benjamin's mother, and yeah, if the interrogator saw the need, he would have produced an illusion of her. But yeah, apparently there was no need. Good foresight, I guess. Thank you, Thompshire. Next, according to the dice, would be Mr. DoomGoblin. Can you please go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself and your character?
Yeah. Yo. It's me, DoomGoblin. And I play Captain Bladebeard, one of 4 dumbest people in Stormwind. You met the others already. And yeah, he's in jail now. And usually he's a dwarf pirate.
1 of 4. Well, I guess there's Bladebeard's mother, there's John, there's Tamal, and Bladebeard, I guess.
Sure.
Sorry. Okay.
They were all fooled by a mute gnome. All 4 of those.
Probably for Bladebeard's mother it did happen at one point. Probably for John too, if I think about it. But yeah. Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. So, as to what happened in our last episode, dear Skoll, who is also the owner of this channel again, would you like to remind us about what happened last time?
Yep, I'll do that in real time for once.
Fun.
Having reunited in the Brawlers Guild break room, our heroes discussed their options going forward. With guards and presumably worse rapidly closing in, the group decided to trust in their companion, the gnome Merikatrix. She unveiled a scroll that she claimed would take them safely which unfortunately teleported our heroes and their prisoner, Cleopatra Summers, into a magically warded prison cell. After some bickering with the human woman, the group was visited by a Draenei priest named Arik, who offered to heal their wounds. He confirmed what some of them had suspected, that Captain Buhd's grievous wounds he suffered on the Blood Elf ship was caused by Forsaken Blight, and otherwise did not seem surprised when they talked of their heroics in Stranglethorn Vale. An hour later, our heroes were summoned one by one to an interrogation room where they were questioned by the SI-7 agent Clovis Smith. To that end, he attempted to deceive Captain Bladebeard, was relatively accommodating with Benjamin Aaran, and was downright hostile to Lyri Embersorrow. As she was being taken back to her cell, the Blood Elf initiated an escape attempt, temporarily stunning the guards as she made her get away.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Skoll. Now, before we go on, there is one thing that I forgot to mention last time that I should mention right now. All the people who were interrogated, Benjamin, Bladebeard, and Lyri, can all of you roll me a careful difficulty 6 to see if you noticed something in the interrogation? Really close so far.
I rolled a 5? Oh my god.
That's
crazy.
absurdly close.
Wait, what we needed?
6.
6.
Thompshire,
Benjamin's can apply.
are you with us, Thompshire?
Yeah.
Can you roll careful?
Oh.
Okay, wait, does this don't apply? Because he's looking for something?
I didn't originally intend for it to apply, but because the rolls are so close, I think it's only.
I got a plus in every single one of my rolls. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you did get a critical hit. You got
It's impossible for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, a 6 is impossible for you, so I should have put it at 5. So, yeah, it's actually 5. Okay. Something that both Lyri and Benjamin noticed, when you guys were being interrogated, obviously Clovis was taking notes. You noticed that he was focusing on taking notes whenever you said something incriminating about yourselves or about Lord Roswell. Not so much whenever you said something like, oh, we just happen to be nearby or whatever.
I mean, I guess that's a fair thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Do with that information as you will. But going back to the present, to sort of set the scene, there's 4 guards in the hallway of this little prison, which is a fairly ornate, not ornate, but the masonry is nicer than, say, the stockades, let's say. There's 4 guards. 2 of them were holding Lyri. They were about to unceremoniously throw Lyri back into your guys' cell. The cell door was open. When Lyri made an escape attempt, she fired her pistol, stunning all of the guards, and I'll let her dictate what happens next. At the moment the door to your prison is open, you can assume that the guards will quickly try to close it, but last time you guys said that, oh yeah, we're not going to try to escape. Unironically, you did say that. But if you change your mind in the meantime, that's perfectly fine as well. So what we're going to do, I guess Zelris, since you're the person who initiated this, can you tell us what happens, what does Lyri do at this point? Do you need any descriptions of the prison, hallway?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Basically, it's a straight hallway. The interrogation room was at one end. Where the interrogation room was, you also saw stairs that lead upwards. At one point in the middle of this big hallway is like a T section, like not a T, a cross section. My bad, a cross section. You don't. Then it's your guys' cell, and then the hallway continues onwards. You obviously weren't taken in that onwards direction. I'll say Mirica, when she teleported in with you guys and left you guys, she went in the direction of the interrogation room.
Okay. Are there like any? It's lit up by torches, right?
Yeah,
There's no natural light at all.
correct.
Okay.
Your cell does not have any windows, by the way.
Yeah, I assume so. Okay. Well, Lyri will just run as fast as you can, while all the guards are stunned.
Because you used your stunt last time, you have a moment where they are stunned, for lack of a better term, no pun intended, and will not like immediately realize where you're going unless you like deliberately try to grab their attention. But I will ask, are you heading like in the general direction of the interrogation room or the unexplored part of the prison?
The unexplored part of the prison, because I've been to the interrogation room and I kind of know.
Well, there's also the stairs at the interrogation room, but I get what you mean. Okay. Okay. So for the moment, at least, unless you like again try to lure them or make noise, you do make a getaway. As the guards like try to get their bearings, what does everyone else do?
I just want to say that I thought about this over the week, and running away is the dumbest thing we could do in this moment. That being said, Bladebeard will run. He will run as fast as possible the moment the door opens.
Okay.
Based.
Before I like establish what the NPCs do, Benjamin and Buhd, what do you guys do?
I think I'm just standing there, kind of flabbergasted that Bladebeard just, bolted out of his jail cell.
Buhd will look to Benjamin, still following his advice all that time ago of not attacking human guards.
Captain Eviscerator, you'll stay here. We don't want to add an escape attempt to our list of crimes, says Cleopatra.
Can I compel Buhd to start running away? His warlord thing, he now has like people that he needs to free, and he can't stay in this prison.
Skoll, do you accept this compel?
I mean, it does make sense for Buhd to do.
Sure.
I won't say no to that.
Then DoomGoblin will pass on one of his fate points to Skoll, who now has 6, and they barely fit in his little thingy. Okay.
I don't think I should use these fate points this session, guys. I'm joking.
I think you get like because you don't have more than 3 stunts, you get 5 at the beginning of each new session anyway.
Yeah. I can't think of any new stunts for Buhd is the problem.
No worries. Benjamin, well actually, let's focus a little bit on Buhd. Like, what goes through his mind? Like, and again, DoomGoblin, feel free to like guide Skoll in the particular direction you want because he accepted your compel.
He just needs to try to run away.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I would think that actually the Cleopatra would get his brain going, I guess, in terms of I can't save my ogre friends by being in here.
Mm-hmm.
I should go save them. So he kind of I think springs into action, I guess, and I wouldn't say starts running out, but definitely starts moving out of there.
A casual stroll, you know.
Yeah, taking a walk.
Captain Eviscerator, turn back this instant.
I've got to go save my people.
What people? You have no people.
My ogre friends.
They're your teammates, not your friends. Stay here, we'll go back to them.
Go save my teammates then.
What do you want? Do you want better food? Do you want better rations? Do you want a shinier jail cell? I can provide that.
I want to go save my people.
They're not people. You're not a person. You're a gladiator. You're a ferocious beast. You're a champion.
I'm gonna go champion my people free.
She, genuinely looks flabbergasted.
You're free to stay here, but I'm gonna go save my people.
She will stay here. Benjamin, what are you doing?
I guess for now it's just essentially trying to gauge the situation, since everything's going to shit again.
I will say, Bladebeard and Buhd, because Lyri used her stunt in the previous session and the guards are disoriented. Both of you, even Buhd, who took a little bit his time a little bit, do get out of your cell, but it will be another matter to actually start running in a direction. The guards will oppose you at that point. As to Benjamin, on the other hand, you do see, if Benjamin waits for Bladebeard and Buhd to exit, the guard will notice that and he will quickly try to close the door to prevent any more prisoners escaping. You have an avenue to also get out, but time is ticking. But it's entirely up to you. If you want, you can stay on this jail cell. The interrogator was actually kind of nice to you, I guess. If that's any influence on your decision.
Oh god. I think I'll stay.
Okay, I genuinely did not expect that. Okay. Not saying it's good or bad, it's just that I did not expect that. Okay. So, what happens? Bladebeard first and then Buhd burst out of the jail cell. One of the guards quickly locks the jail cell while the other three try to recover and stop Bladebeard and Buhd from going. Bladebeard and Buhd. Before anything happens, I would like you guys to roll me a careful both of you roll me a careful difficulty 4 to see if you realize which direction Lyri went, okay?
Nope.
Skoll?
That is a careful, right?
Correct. But because you almost got a critical fail, you think Lyri went towards what is the interrogation room, aka the opposite direction that she actually went. Bladebeard has no idea. Benjamin, you can also roll, same difficulty, but it's up to you if you convey that. Okay, Benjamin knows, but it's up to him if he conveys that information.
Do I? I guess I will, yeah.
So, do describe what happens to me, narratively. Again, Bladebeard and Buhd barge out. A guard locks the cell back. The other three, try to hem you in with your spears. Your move, Bladebeard and Buhd.
I would just like to run as fast as I can before they even can get unstunned by Lyri.
Which direction?
You said that there were stairs going up? at some point?
Where the interrogation room is. At the moment, it's just like a hallway, so you have two options of going. An unknown direction and the direction of the interrogation room. On the way to the interrogation room, there's also a cross section, and where the interrogation room is also stairs that lead up. That's what you know. You don't know where Lyri went.
I wanna go where stairs are.
Okay.
I assume we are underground. Or at least somewhere where there's no windows.
Shrug. Okay. Can you give me...
I wanna go to the stairs.
Give me a quick, I'll oppose with the guards to see if you manage to give them the slip. You definitely do. Like you run, because you got like you succeeded with style, so more than a 3-point difference. They also don't immediately realize where you went. Same thing that happened with Lyri. As to Buhd, you were a bit slower in getting out, Buhd, so they've had the guards have had a little bit more time to recover. What do you do now? As the three of them are trying to hem you in with their spears.
Is this an attack on Buhd, or?
It's just what's happening narratively. It's your move first, and then the guards if you want this to be actual combat.
Was Buhd informed to go the right way, or is he still headed towards the interrogation room?
So Bladebeard went towards what you players know is the interrogation room. You don't know where Lyri went. Benjamin, Thompshire said that he will inform you guys, but his character hasn't yet. It's up to Thompshire how he would inform you if he wants to do that. Okay?
Okay, well, Buhd is headed towards the interrogation room then.
Well, 3 guards try to bar your way. How do you try to get past them? Again, it's your move first.
Buhd will, move to smack his cannon into them.
Okay. Just so I know, in terms of game mechanics, how this will go, are you, say, trying to fight them and then run? Or are you just, smashing your way through them and, running afterwards?
He is smashing and running.
Okay. Then, give me a forceful and I'll oppose with theirs, okay?
Okie doke.
Okay.
Some would call this smash and dash.
Okay.
Smash and dash.
With that big of a difference, not only do you smash your way through, you also trample one of them, and they will one of them will also stay to help their comrade while you run. Do you intend to kill this guy that you trampled, or just to get out of the way?
Get out of the way.
Okay.
He's not. He's still trying to honor what Benjamin asked him to do, but also he wants to get out.
Okay. You're running in the direction that Bladebeard ran, aka to what you players know as the interrogation room, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I guess Benjamin, last chance to inform them of where Lyri went if you want to do that.
Okay, so
But also keep in mind, so just to keep in mind before you inform them, if you yell it out, the guards will also hear where Lyri went.
How many guards are there?
3. One of them is knocked out, so 2. Oh, no, my bad. 4. 3, because one of them is knocked out. My bad.
Then I think I'll refrain from doing so.
Okay. So, Buhd and Bladebeard both. As to what happens with the guards, one of them is trampled, the other one is still locking the cell in a hurry, and reapplying the magical protections and all that. Another one is assisting the the guardsman who fell down, and one of them will move to pursue Bladebeard and Buhd. Now, before we see what happens with the 2 pirates, Lyri, you manage to give the guards the slip at this point, because of the general chaos. You do hear like commotion in the background and like the groans of pain of a guard, so you can presume that some of your companions are also making a getaway. Do you continue on your way?
Yep.
Okay. Sure. You make your way past more and more cells. The walls and like the cell doors are just as like well done as the one you're in, so you don't feel like you're moving towards like the bad part of a prison or whatever. At some points you will see like some guards also standing guard, but they seem to be unaware of what's happening. Sorry, my bad. You will obviously see them first. Do you try to like sneak by them? What do you do when you see like a couple of guards also standing guard?
I look around and see if there's any like light, any natural light shining through.
No natural light, just
No
torches.
natural light. Okay. I will. Yeah, I will slow down a bit and try and maximize my sneaky potential and sneak past them.
If you remember from the previous session, because you asked to like look around for places you might be able to sneak by, you can try to sneak on like the support beams, if you'd like. There's like go ahead.
How many are there? Like 2 guards?
2. You see 2.
My careful is not good enough to risk that.
It would be a sneaky roll.
I mean, climbing and balancing on the beam. I mean,
Oh, right.
yeah. I might just try and
They seem to be like idling, like they have no idea that something bad is going on, so they're off guard, if that helps.
Yeah, I'll just try and sneak past them.
How? Just by walking? They're leaning like against the wall.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll try and do the beam thing.
Okay. Then first give me a careful difficulty 2 to see if you manage to like climb up successfully. Yep, you do so, and you'll be able to like go on it. Now I will need a sneaky roll, and I'll oppose with a generic guard, okay?
Okay. Does my stun apply since I'm trying to remain hidden?
Yep.
So 7.
The guards got a very good roll, but apparently not good enough. Yeah, you managed to make your way past them. Yeah, you just overhear some casual conversation about how I can't wait to get off this shift. Did you notice that the interrogator is actually an SI7 guy? Oh, an SI7 guy. That's kind of weird. Do we have any exciting prisoners? I don't know. They don't tell us anything. And you managed to sneak your way past them.
Okay.
As you continue on, do you continue on top of the beams, or do you like jump down when you get to a safe distance?
I keep going for a little bit just to kind of I guess just in case, but I keep an eye out for stuff like I keep an eye out for natural light, I keep an eye out for new routes, but I'll try and just carefully try and traverse up above for the time being.
Okay. Give me like a careful roll, and I'll tell you like what you see going forward based on that roll, okay? Okay. You see that no natural light whatsoever. Where you're going, eventually, like there's still like a bit of a ways to go, but eventually it will go to a dead end. However, you do see that there are a couple of like grates on the ground.
Grates.
Potentially that lead to a sewer, perhaps.
Okay. Lyri will drop down and inspect the grates.
First off, give me another roll to see if you bypass this other set of cards, okay?
What, there's another set of guards? Oh no. Sneaky?
Yeah.
Okay, and so it applies. Phew, 8.
Yep, you do move past these ones with like even more ease. Like they are completely oblivious to you because you succeed their style. So you go and inspect the grate. You see that it might take you like a minute or so to remove it, but you'd be able to do it. It's not like secured, fastly secured, and there are like whatchamacallit, stairs. Is that the right word? A ladder. Yeah, a ladder is a better word. A ladder in that grate that leads down, presumably for maintenance or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So while you do that, Bladebeard and Buhd, what are you guys up to? Buhd, you would be able to like see Bladebeard like some meters ahead of you, or running away.
Follow me, Buhd. We are escaping.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna run as fast as I can.
Give me quick rolls. I'll also pose with the one guard that's trying to follow you.
Oh, 7.
The guard's also a speedster. Buhd, can you also roll your quick? Okay, so the one guard that's following, unless you want to like spend fate points or something, will catch up to Buhd and will attempt to stab Buhd in the back.
I will use my fate point.
What are you invoking?
I shall invoke. Let's see. Pirate Captain.
How would that help you?
Inspired by his past life as Bladebeard's second, he feels very inspired to speed ahead with his captain. Catch up with him.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that. You manage to also gain distance on the guard. Bladebeard, you gain a lot of Bladebeard is gaining distance on Buhd, but Buhd is also gaining distance on the guard, but he's still like in sight. But Bladebeard, ahead of you, you do see like a couple of other guards standing by. They don't seem to be like aware of what's happening, but obviously if you like run by them, they will notice that.
I will run by them.
Okay. They
I would like to be quicker than they can react.
Okay. Give me a quick. I'll oppose with theirs. Just barely, but you do manage to slip past them. And as they like go look at you confused, they see a gigantic ogre right on your heels. But how do you move past these two very confused guards?
Buhd will try to push past them, I guess.
Okay.
By smacking.
Give me a forceful, please. Okay, you smack the crap out of them. Again, you have the option of trampling them if you want.
I am playing the merciful route today.
Okay. Paragon this time. Okay. Light side. Okay. Yeah. You barrel your way past them, and the guard that's chasing you like seems to be like running behind, and he like stays to help his comrades. But you get the impression, oh yeah, they will pursue you once again. But you've managed to like buy yourselves a bit of breathing room. Bladebeard, as you run, you see that there's a cross section coming. The way you like when you were taken to the interrogation room, and like the stair, and you know that the stairs are if you continue going straight ahead, but there's also like two paths, one to your left and one to your right if you'd like.
I'm gonna go where I think the stairs are.
Sure thing. Yeah, Buhd, what about you? You also see that there's a cross section. Your captain is heading straight ahead.
Buhd will continue to follow good old Captain Bladebeard.
Okay. Bladebeard, you will see another pair of guards at this point. How do you try to go past those this time?
Same way I did with the last ones. Just run as quick as I can. I am Naruto running.
Sure. Sure thing. Give me a quick, please. These guys are apparently even more distracted, but yeah, you run past them, and once again, like same scene, an ogre runs into them. But how do you try to move past these two guards that try to desperately bar your path?
Buhd will move to pick them up and then throw them behind him.
Oh Jesus, okay. Give me a forceful. Not this time, Gadget. Okay. They dodge your attempt, and I guess Buhd is now bogged down in combat.
You have fate points.
I could use them.
Come
Will I
on,
use
yeah,
them?
Buhd. What's the worst that could happen?
Might as well use a fate point.
Okay, what are you invoking?
Also, wait. Doesn't Buhd have like a stunt about lifting stuff?
I think I got rid of it.
it.
I think I did.
He had that in the beginning of the campaign. Let me check to see if he
Oh
he
wait,
still
once
has it.
per session, I can use my heavy cannon. I'm in charge
Nope,
now.
get rid of it.
I could use I'm in charge now.
But you're not threatening them.
Oh, he no longer
That's
has
true.
that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got rid of it because I never used it for anything.
Used it like once.
I don't even remember that one time he used it,
I
honestly.
think he used on the Kraken, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. When he threw the barrel of gunpowder or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's damn. That's taking me back.
So, Buhd?
Yeah, I will use a fate point, and this time I will invoke former warlord because he probably picked up night elves all the time and chucked them.
Sure thing. Just because there's two of them, can you give me another forceful? Just because there's two of them.
Yes. Oh god, that poor other guard.
Yeah. You chuck both of them, and the screams are audible, but you do manage to buy yourself some room. Now, Bladebeard, as you're running, can you give me a careful? You see the stairs in the distance. The careful is just to see if you notice something. Difficulty 4, let's say. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. You run. The stairs appear to be unguarded.
Great.
And you run up them?
Yeah.
Okay. But as you... Are you also like trying to follow Bladebeard?
Yep.
Can I also ask you to roll me a careful?
Yep.
Okay. Neither of you notice anything. Okay. You... both of you presumably head up the stairs. Okay. It's like... you know how in like medieval castles the stairs go like around? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's that type of stairs. It's not like straight ones, if that makes sense.
A spiral.
Spiral staircase.
Yeah, it's a spiral staircase. Thank you, Zelris and DoomGoblin. Yeah. Pretty much. Benjamin, while you're in your cell and like you see the guards like they finish applying the magic back to your cell and they run off and leave like the injured guy and one other guy. Your cell is locked once again. Do you do or say anything?
Not particularly, I think.
Okay. The guards like do eye you like, you better stay there, pretty much. Cleopatra just like leans back against the wall and says, "Their fucking funeral."
You'd be surprised.
The laws of Stormwind can be pretty harsh for jailbreaks, you know.
Well, I can't say I know their procedure in this day and age.
How the fuck am I going to explain to Lady Whitley that I lost the prize, Ogre? She like mutters to herself.
Well, one problem at a time, they say.
Meanwhile, Zelris, you manage to get the grate off. Do you go into the sewers via the staircase?
Yep.
Okay. As you go down...
Oh, can I put the grate back on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure. Good of you to notice. Sure thing. As you go down, you do find yourself in some sewers, pretty much. And you hear the voices, two voices speak. I hope we're not assigned to sewer duty tomorrow as well. Whose idea was it to build a sewer right in the middle of the fucking prison? I know, but the pay is better here. Yeah, hazard pay, yeah. You presume that there are at least 2 guards guarding the sewer as well.
Okay.
But again,
is it pitch black in there?
not pitch black. There are some torches, but fewer than in the the prison itself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
Can you give me a careful to like see or figure out where those? Okay, you're not quite sure where those guards are specifically with that roll.
Mm-hmm. Do I see like where the sewer's heading towards?
Yeah, there's like a path. Pathway is not the right term, but they're inclined to lead down, so to say. But there's also like several, not pipes, but like, yeah, pipes, let's say, that dump water into those sewers. Water and waste, obviously.
Okay. And any natural light still, or just nothing?
Nope, no natural light.
Okay. Lyri's going to go prone to try and, I guess, lower her visibility, you know?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna just keep crawling until she, gets somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you keep going, are you like going like where the sewer is like going down, or are you trying to pick a different direction?
I think Lyri will be going down because I think she knows kind of the general rule of how, water, usually they send it down, they don't send it up. So there's probably like a way out at the bottom of the sewer.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing. As you go down, you do hear the voices of the guards go louder. I hope they have Lady Whitley's porridge in the mess hall tonight. Are you kidding me? How can you think of food where we're in a fucking sewer? Well, what else am I supposed to think about? It's not like we haven't had a prison break-in since the castle was first built, you know. Yeah, well, you never know. That's why they station us here. You can tell that the way you're going is also like where the 2 guards are stationed, but that doesn't mean you can't sneak past them, of course.
Yeah, and Lyri's gonna stay prone. She's gonna hold her head down, and she's gonna like keep shifting further forward.
Can you give me a sneaky with your stunt applying, because you're not pitch black, but yeah.
6.
I'll roll to oppose. Okay.
Phew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eventually you will see that the guards are like on the opposite quote-unquote shore, for lack of a better term, of this sewer. Both of them are holding torches. They seem completely bored and disinterested, and you're able to sneak past them. They continue talking about food and like some latest gossip among the guards, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like any further details, feel free to ask, but it's fairly mundane stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually, you will reach a point where like the sewer like keeps going down. You reach a point where the like waste empties into a whatchamacallit, a pipe, again for lack of a better term, that seems to be dumping downwards. You could go through there, but it would mean going through waste. And you also see like a door at this like end of the junction. The door is like lined by a torch, I'll say.
Okay. Lyri will inspect the door.
Wooden door. It appears to be like fairly rotten. It's clearly not well maintained down here. Give me a careful. Give me a careful to like see if there are like signs of use or whatever. You rolled a okay. You can't quite tell if it's been used a lot or not. It's pitch.
Lyri will make a guesstimate that it's it's a round wooden door. She's going to very, very slowly open it in a way that means that like it's a sewer, so it's probably pretty loud, so she's not worrying about it being like squeaky or whatever, but she just doesn't want to be seen, you know. She wants to like peek from behind the door when it's fully open and see if there's like what's going on.
Give me another sneaky with your stunt applying, and I'll oppose with a generic guard careful.
6.
You get your way once again. Yeah, as you open the door, they lead to another ladder that leads downwards into what you see is more sewer.
More sewer. Well,
that's what you see from your vantage point, that is.
Lyri does not want to go down the sewer pipe. So she's going to go down the ladder, and if worse things come to worse, she can go back up the ladder and go down the pipe.
Okay. Above board, Zelris. You climb down and you see the sewer connecting to several other underground tunnels. Above board, at this point, if you like continue exploring underground, we are once again going to play the underground exploration game.
Yes, I think Lyri's come to the conclusion that I just did, that it's probably the catacombs of all things.
So, if you continue on this path, we will play the underground exploration game that we played a few sessions ago.
Yeah, Lyri sees that it's like seems pretty aimless down there, and it's like, nope, I'm going back up.
Sure. Again, there was like a chance for you to instantly find a good exit with like a critical success, but there was also a chance for you to get lost. It's entirely up to you, obviously.
Lyri doesn't want to risk this because she knows time's of the essence, so she's just gonna. Lyri doesn't want to like risk it taking too long, so she's gonna climb back out.
Okay. Once you climb back up, what's your goal this time?
Go down the pipe.
Okay.
It's nasty, but she knows time's of the essence, so she's gonna go down this nasty pipe.
you go down the pipe, and you end up pretty much in the same place as if you'd went down the stairs.
Oh no! Oh, she's not happy at all. She's pissed.
Can I say something about Buhd?
Of course.
I believe, just like a reminder, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Lyri has that like book about secret passages. In
Oh,
Stormwind.
she does. She saved for Bladebeard.
Could that be helpful to her in some way?
The complete title of the book is Secret Passageways in the Park and the Old Town.
Yeah. Well, if she finds some like catacomb entrances connected to Park or Old Town, but
Yeah, in that circumstance, like again, I have like a table of where you might end up. If you end up in like if you like read the book and end up in a location that's like the park or the old town, I will like tell you, oh yeah, this is like somewhere in the old town region, probably around this building or whatever. Okay.
all right. Okay, so Larry is extremely pissed off. She's gonna go on a journey and try and find an exit.
Okay. Meanwhile, Captain Bladebeard and Captain Buhd, you make your way up the stairs.
Wait. Can I do one thing before I climb the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
I assume we are not being followed. We don't need to be quick.
Well, you brought yourself some time, but you presume there will be pursuit eventually, but you have time a little bit.
All right. I'll slow down a bit and say to Buhd, "Oi, Buhd, I got a plan.
What's the plan?
You'll see." And I'll take out my my hourglass thing that can produce memory holograms, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell it to play the Kairi Straza's roar again. So a dragon roar.
Okay. Yeah. You activate the little hologram thing, and it plays a dragon roar that like almost shakes the walls with its intensity. Do you do this like near the staircase or? Oh no, chipmunk.
It's back! It's back!
I've missed this.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh man.
Heather. All right.
That was a quick
Let's go.
fix.
Let's get back to the game. I assume. I imagine we are like at the middle of the stairs or something like that.
Well, you haven't. You saw the stairs. So, like, let's establish like the order of operations here. You're running. You left the guards behind you. You see the spiral staircase, and there's also like the interrogation room to your left, as well as other various prison cells. What's like the order of operations? Do you first go up the stairs and then use the dragon thingy, or do you use it before you go up the stairs?
I was thinking as I'm going up the stairs.
Okay. And then you do that, and it lets out a roar that like seems to shake the staircase itself. And you hear a door opening downstairs, and you also hear like commotion upstairs. What do you do now?
I'll start running like hell.
Upstairs?
Upstairs.
Mm-hmm. Buhd?
Bud's been following Bladebeard's lead this whole time, so he'll continue to follow him.
Mm-hmm. Once you go up the stairs, you'll find that like 4 guards that are very confused, and they suddenly see a dwarf run up the stairs.
There is a dragon down there. Everyone, run! Sure, I'll use my stunt.
Okay. Now the stunt says that they have to believe what you're saying, not that you're dictating their actions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
They believe there is a dragon.
Mm-hmm. There's convincing evidence for it. What else could it be? Okay. one of them starts running. Another one who seems to be like more salt and pepper in his beard, etc. He's not wearing a helmet. Let's say say, "Stay at your post, soldier. You, Thomas, go alert the castle guards. We have to protect the king. You with me. Wait, who are you?"
Run! And I'm gonna attempt to run.
Give me another a quick, and I'll pose with a generic guard. Careful, because of your stunt. I was planning on making it harder because of like the commotion it caused, but because you confused them with the dragon thing, it's just going to be a generic guard. Okay.
6.
Okay, you do make your way past them, but what about Buhd? What does Buhd do?
I don't think Bud's been exactly explained what Bladebeard's plan was. So he's just gonna keep trying to follow Bladebeard.
Stop the ogre! Give me a forceful Buhd. Well, actually not necessarily. How are you planning to go after Bladebeard again?
I think he'll continue to just push past the guards like he's been doing.
Okay, then give me a forceful. Okay, you succeed with style, so you push past them with ease, and the general confusion of like, oh, there's a dragon about. They're not quite sure what to do at this point. Yeah, so Bladebeard, you I presume you open the door. It's like a sort of a room with like whatchamacallit, like where an administrator would sit, and some of those guards at the top of this staircase. And there's a door that would presumably lead to the rest of this big building. Do you continue on?
No windows.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll continue to the next door.
Okay. You find that it's a hallway with a bunch of panicked guards and servants of all kinds. You recognize that they are like servants, like confused what's going on. They heard a big massive roar, and now there's a dwarf and an ogre of all things coming out of the guard room thingy.
I'll just yell out, "Everyone, run! There's a dragon!"
Give me, I won't say sneaky, because it's not sneaky what you're doing. Flashy?
Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to think if your stunt would apply. Of you like being the center of attention. If it were just you, I'd say yes, but because you have a big freaking ogre with you, I have to give you a penalty because Bud's a big ogre.
Alright. So just my flashy.
And now roll with a generic careful. Which is apparently good enough.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The servants and the guards like start fleeing, panicking, and like the guards are doing their own thing, like either trying to manage the madness. Some of them are yelling, alert the king's guard, alert the king's guard. Some of them are trying to move into the prisons themselves. For the moment, it seems you brought yourself a reprieve. Now, you see that you're sort of in a main hallway, so to say. Do you follow that main hallway, or do you try to follow some of the side hallways?
Wait.
Do let me know if I need to explain anything. It's my bad.
Are there any windows here?
Not here, but you do smell that the air is not as stale as it was in the prison, if that makes sense.
Let's go down the hallway.
The big one?
I don't know. Yeah, and I'll tell Buhd to follow me.
Okay.
Okay.
We are doing it, Buhd. I knew we would succeed. Easy
Yeah,
peasy.
and we escaped the dragon too. I didn't know we had that.
Yeah.
Sure. No, apparently Bladebeard's caused enough of a panic for people not to seriously question the ogre in the room. To like, that's a good title for the episode, the ogre in the room. But yeah, you eventually see that this big hallway connects to what seems like a big another big hallway that's like on an incline, if that makes sense.
All right.
But well, this one is bigger. And let me see if I have like a picture of it. I had not a picture, a background image. I had a background image a while back, but I don't remember if I have it on hand. So give me a second, please. But yeah, apparently I don't quite yet, but I do have some for like your potential destinations. So you see that there's a way up that like continue up the incline, and a way down, and you see that the way down leads to what seems like an entranceway, although there are more guards there.
All right. What do you think, Buhd? Should we leave?
And my bad. And there are also like more hallways that lead from this big one.
Should we leave like gentlemen, or should we find like a window, or all sneaky like?
You think humans have big windows for Buhd?
Well, probably, yeah. Of course. This looks like a fancy castle. Probably has big windows.
Okay, let's look for window.
All right.
Okay.
I guess we are looking for windows.
Okay. My bad, I don't have all the images I wanted to have, but we'll use the theater of the mind. Okay. I'm going to roll a d2 to determine which particular section of the castle you end up in this time. So give me a hot second. Okay. You make your way down one of the other hallways that leads to a big library, and you see like a bunch of like scholars, but also like a couple of guardsmen that are just idling by, and they would like, normally they wouldn't pay much attention to a dwarf, but they would definitely notice an ogre. So, and all heads turn in your direction, like all of them stunned.
I assume they haven't heard the dragon.
I would say you've been like running quite a distance, and these walls are thick, so they probably haven't heard, or it was like little more than, it was fairly muffled at this point.
Can I do the thing again as soon as I see them in the distance, or do I see them in the distance before I can approach them, or?
Not in the distance, unfortunately. I would say this library doesn't have like windows or anything like that.
So wait, we entered through a door and we are now in the library.
Sorry, it's not a door, it's also a hallway. It's just that the guards, like if you're looking for guards, they're behind the wall at the entrance, so you won't be able to see them going in. But you do see that there are people in the library before you go in. Does that change your decision? Sorry if I'm not explaining things clearly.
Yeah, I understand now.
My bad.
Can I do it if I see people?
You see people who do what specifically?
The dragon roar again.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, as soon as I see more people in the castle or whatever this is, I'll just activate the hourglass.
Sure. You activate the hourglass, and you give it the instructions. It lets out another roar that like shakes the walls itself. This time, like all activity in the library and the castle itself stops. You were hearing some background sounds, some like discussion somewhere. All of that stops, and you hear panic, general commotion. All the people that are here in this library are running, are trying to flee, and the only exit is apparently where you guys are. So they'll be coming in your direction.
I guess there are no windows here, but after all,
I mean, even if they're a war, would a random like scholar decide, oh, I'm going to jump off a window into like a moat or something?
Oh, all right. Let's check if there are any windows in the library.
Well, the crowd is running, and they wouldn't have cared if it was just Bladebeard, but a big freaking ogre, like all of them stop in their tracks and scream out in panic. And the guards like march forward and ready their weapons. There's 2 of them.
I'm gonna let Skoll Shorties. Do you wanna do anything, or should I attempt something?
You could go ahead before me, otherwise Bud's gonna have to smash again.
Here I
All
go
right.
smashing again.
I'm gonna quickly pull out the SI7 papers
Sure.
and like very quickly, just like show them and then put them back in my pants or whatever.
Sure.
Oi, I am a SI7 agent, Captain Bladebeard. There is a dragon attack.
There's an ogre attack apparently.
No, he's fine. He's fine. We need to deal with the dragon first.
Give me a flashy. This time your stunt will apply.
Great. Is Buhd assisting me by not being a monstrous ogre that's attacking me?
That's up to Skoll.
Yeah, I'm not attacking anyone.
So flashy.
Bud's a good ogre.
Apparently the god. So
No.
you have a 5 to the guards and other people's 6.
Oh, so I can spend a fate point to win.
Again, because of you have your stunt, so that improves it to 4, and Skoll's assisting, so 5.
Oh, great. All right, I'll let me see my stunts or my approach. No, my aspects.
Mm-hmm. How you doing, Thompshire? Are you still with us?
Oh, sorry, forgot about push to talk again.
Sorry that you're, by your own doing, admittedly, sort of left out of the action, at least for a little bit. But if Benjamin wants to do something, feel free to intervene at any point, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Would I can't read books, but I can read people apply to this?
Maybe, but give me a little bit more why that would apply.
I can guess that these guards would answer to an SI7 agent. I don't know.
Bit of a stretch, but sure. I think that works, so I will take your fate point. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, then they move past you. You see that the scholars and civilians, etc. are once they move into the big hallway, the scholars and civilians, etc. are running down. The guards are running up, and you also see more guards running back and forth, mostly up. You'll see.
All right, Buhd, to the library.
The library
Yeah,
is
we're
deserted.
gonna read books.
The library is deserted.
All right.
You see no windows on that note.
crap. I'm gonna compel myself to see the fanciest looking book and to steal it.
Sure. Your kleptomaniac aspect?
Yeah.
I mean,
Would it imply? No?
I'm sort of on the fence, because, like, compels are usually meant for, like, either something disadvantageous or, like, a third path sort of thing, while, like, stealing a fancy book is... How is that, like, possibly disadvantageous, let's say, to Captain Bladebeard?
I get it just, like, kills time. But,
Okay.
whatever, you
Okay.
know.
I was gonna say maybe like it's like a really important book that like do not touch
Oh,
and like, it
yeah.
would set off
Oh.
alarms or something. Like we're talking like Book of Medivh maybe or something. Obviously not like it's gonna be in this library, but
Yeah, this is more like the public library. They wouldn't keep, like, the expensive
Yeah,
stuff
that's
here.
rough.
But I think that does make sense. I'll say, Bladebeard, DoomGoblin, I'll allow you to, like, compel yourself and, like, give yourself another fate point if you say that you steal a book that to DoomGoblins, not DoomGoblins, to Bladebeard's lack. Unfortunately, Bladebeard doesn't know that that specific book has a magical ward on it.
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Here is a... I fucked up and I need to readjust the camera setting. So give me a moment on that. But while I do that, Bladebeard, you take a moment to, like, look at the fanciest book around and pick it up because it looks fancy, of course. And it suddenly feels very hot to the touch. What do you do?
Oh, this is a hot book. I don't know. I'll throw it.
Just generally, or at some...
Yeah,
Okay,
like
Okay.
in front of me.
sure. Now you did compel yourself to steal the book.
Let me first see if it gonna explode.
When you
is it a sexy book? Is it white hot?
you throw
I
it,
don't know.
and it doesn't appear to do anything.
I'll pick it up again.
It starts becoming hot again.
I drop it again.
Nothing happens.
It's a. Can you get this book, bud?
Okay, I can put it in canon.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Book cannon. I can fire books out of it.
Don't fire the book. I was planning to,
okay.
like, sell it to someone.
Oh, that's what you wanted to do. I thought you wanted to weaponize hot book.
Maybe. I don't know. Put it in your cannon.
Okay.
The instant you, like, touch it with your hand, it also, like, feels suddenly very, very hot. Do you, like, hurry to put it in your cannon, or do you drop it?
Bud will throw it in his cannon.
Then give me a quick to see if you do it quick enough, okay? Okay, you drop the book in the cannon. Nothing happens.
Great.
Oh, that's a
Now-
hot book.
Yeah, we have a hot book. Great.
Maybe there's like a fireball in it or something that human mages do.
No, that's impossible. I don't know.
They know keep fires in books?
No, that's nonsense.
Oh, that's what I thought mage books were like. You put spells in books.
Anyway, about that window. It appears there are no windows here.
Hmm.
Let's find another room with windows.
Okay.
Okay. As you go back into the main hallway, you see that the panic has sort of, like, died down into general confusion. And again, you get the impression that these people won't like care too much if like a dwarf was walking around, maybe like the guards who saw you or something. But they would definitely pay attention to an ogre. There's like a massive confused people in the hallways, what I'm saying.
We should be going as fast as possible, bud.
Okay, we should start running.
Yeah, let's run.
Which direction? Like, again, three options. Down the this big hallway into the what appears to be an exit, though there are several guards there, upwards, or into another side hallway.
What do you think, bud?
We could ask for directions.
I'm asking you. I don't
Well-
trust these people.
I've never been here before.
Well, that's why we're gonna improvise.
You want me to ask them?
No, let's go into another room on this floor.
Okay, I think asking for directions is a good plan, though.
No, these people, they probably never saw an ogre in their life. They're afraid of you.
Well, but they're not afraid of you, you dwarf. We see lots of dwarves.
Yeah, but oh no. They are afraid. If they knew me, if they knew what I am, they would be afraid of me. Probably more than they would be afraid of you, actually.
Probably. But they don't know you. They also don't know Buhd. But Buhd is ogre, and people are mean to ogres. We get locked up in nasty cells with nasty potatoes.
Don't worry, we'll free your ogres, but first we need to free ourselves. Let's go find a window.
Okay, we keep looking for window.
How do you plan on going past the like people that are in the general hallway? Like, they're not like blocking your path, but you would be like noticed going from one path to one to the other, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna start yelling again, I guess. Oi! What are you waiting for? There's a dragon! Run!
Give me another... Is Buhd in view while Bladebeard's yelling this?
Did we learn from our mistakes, bud? Or are you still with me?
I think Buds just keeps following Bladebeard at the moment. He doesn't really have a plan here. He thinks
Wait.
Bladebeard...
We don't learn. He's still with me.
Give me a flash.
I mean...
Flashy, right?
Yep.
2.
You succeed in convincing them, and panic once again consumes this elaborate hallway, and you sneak into the other hallway.
Also, as we are sneaking, I'm gonna do the dragon thing again.
Sure, definitely adds more proverbial fuel to the fire. Although I imagine it's like, this is completely optional, but maybe Bladebeard didn't have like the foresight to do a different dragon lore, so
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's always the same voice line, right? Like in games, it's
Yeah.
always the same tone.
okay, nice.
It's like a machine.
While you do that, Zelris, Lyri, can you give me a careful roll to see what happens on your journey?
Nothing.
Let's see. Let me check my table to see what happens. Because you got Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. You hear, and you're like wandering through the catacombs. You hear footsteps, and you see like from a fork in the road, there's some light coming. Like it looks like someone's holding a torch, on this like fork in the road.
I see sunlight.
Not sunlight.
Oh, sunlight. Oh.
So it looks like someone is, like, if you were to turn left, you don't see who. If you were to turn left, you haven't reached that point yet, but if you were, it looks as if there's someone carrying a torch there.
I wait in the dark for them to pass.
Mm-hmm. They are crossing this. It's a T, not a T, a cross section. Again, my bad. And let me put on screen who you see. Give me a second. One of these lovely people appears to be holding a torch. They look kind of disoriented, so to say, and they continue walking. Like they were, it's a cross section. They walked from your left to your right, if that makes sense. They don't appear to have to notice you yet.
Do I notice anything about them?
Give me a careful. Let's see. With that roll, when you look at them, like the first thing you notice, is something not directly related to their physical appearance, but you feel like the touch of a familiar magic, a magic that, like, just until yesterday, pretty much was possessing you, for lack of a better term.
I'm assuming these are going to be part of the same group that did do the thing to me. Lyri debates about if she should go the way he went, or go the way he's going.
There's also like the third path of going forwards.
If Lyri goes the way he came from, it could be more. If she goes the way he's going, she might find more. So she's going to go through the third path after he's passed.
Okay. Then we will come back to you again in a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
But you have successfully circumvented this danger. Thompshire, again, do let me know if Benjamin does anything. But Bladebeard and Buhd, as you continue sneaking, you appear to enter like what looks to be a garden area of sorts. Outdoors garden area.
Like, I assume not on the street. It's
No.
like walled off.
It looks like it's like connected to the wall, so like you can like jump off into the moat or something, if that makes sense. But you do hear, you can't quite see them yet, but you do hear two people talking in this outdoor garden area.
Let's hide in the bushes.
Okay.
Are there bushes to be hidden in?
Yeah, definitely. Can both of you give me sneaky rolls, please?
Uh-oh. Oh no. My worst one. I'm gonna use face points. Oh no, I can't do anything against that.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay. I imagine it's like sort of cartoon, like Buhd is trying to hide behind the bushes, and his giant frame obviously comes out. But yeah.
I just picture him like Dag from Warlords of Draenor, where he's just holding out twigs, bushes, or something like that, basically.
Nice reference. Yeah. Sure thing. Yeah. Bladebeard's also fairly noticeable. You hear the voice of like an old man saying, "You can come out, you know."
Haven't you heard?
I will do you no harm, I promise.
I mean, we know, but the dragon. Haven't you heard the roar?
I do not sense the presence of any dragon.
Well,
Was that your doing?
Probably shouldn't drag this on.
Do you take a look at who this person might be? Or do you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like converse from behind the bush?
yeah,
Let me
I
focus
take
that
a
out,
look.
Okay, give me a hot second. You will first see this gentleman. He is not the person who's talking to you. He was talking though with this gentleman.
Oh no.
Velen? Okay.
Oh wow.
I wasn't expecting Velen in this episode. Oh, it's one of the Draenei people.
Hi, Tariq.
Arik, and he like bows his head. They don't appear to be like hostile to you.
Buhd will try to mimic the bow as terribly as he can.
Are you the ones who caused the commotion? Says the old Draenei.
No, we are just running away from the dragon that's roaring.
He like smiles at you. It looks like the smile of like a grandfather who's just like humoring a child that's saying something stupid.
Fine, we are running away. So just point us to the nearest window or a wall that we can jump over.
A dwarf and an ogre in Stormwind. That sounds like an interesting predicament. Pray tell, are you familiar with one Archmage Khadgar?
Yes,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been telling that to people all day.
Well, he like looks at his companion. It appears that you are right, Arik. These are the people that he mentioned. And he like bows and says, I thought as much, my prophet. And he like looks at the Velen looks at you and says, I believe you are all part of a gigantic misunderstanding.
Yes. And you are?
You're right. Prophet Velen, you may call me.
Oh, I am Captain Bladebeard.
Would Bladebeard have ever heard of that? Of Prophet Velen?
Let's do a roll.
You can just do a generic D20 roll for that, I think. Sorry for interrupting you, Skoll.
No, that's fine.
It
8.
rings a bell, but you can't quite place it. Make sense?
I am Captain Buhd.
A pleasure, Captains Bladebeard and Buhd. I believe you were expected here in Stormwind's royal court, though not via the way you came.
Well, we ran into some complications, obviously, because ogres are not welcome into Stormwind, and Khadgar obviously didn't see that because he's a bit dumb.
Can be distracted at times. Would you like to come with me and plead your case to the king? I promise to vouch for you. Because of Archmage
So did
Khadgar's
Khadgar.
word. But I am actually here. He smiles.
Are you also one of the wizards from Dalaran?
Not from Dalaran.
Oh
He
yeah,
wo-
you're Draenei. You're from Draenor.
They did heal my back. That's a pretty good sign, I think.
Also, I whisper to Buhd. I don't know how he's like twice as tall as me, actually more. I'll like climb to his ear. Oi, Buhd. I don't think we'll trust them now, but if they turn out to be bad people who will betray us, I think we can take them. They look pretty weak. They're like
Oh.
healers and stuff.
But they healed my back. I feel a little bad.
But we are going to be their friends for now, but be ready to be their enemy. All right?
Okay.
Do you guys remember, like, when we started the second season and I mentioned that we would do a sort of in-character recap episode where you would, like, tell your story to a certain character, and I mentioned it's probably not going to be Varian, he's probably going to be too busy or whatever to receive you. Can you guess the character that I originally intended for you guys to tell your story to?
Moira.
Was it Velen?
One of yours, right, I guess?
Which one is it?
I mean, there's one of those, there's only one of those is standing right in front of you, but yeah.
Exactly.
Now what will happen is the Velen and Arik will both like stand up because they were sitting down at a table, and they will begin walking. Like Velen will like walk in front and Arik behind him upwards to what you now presume is the throne room.
Oh, we are in the keep. We're in the castle.
Do you say that in character or out of character?
Sure. In character. I wasn't planning to, but let's say Bladebeard says that.
You are correct, Captain Bladebeard. Do you like follow Velen and Arik?
Sure. Yeah.
You see that like people, like the panic has sort of like died down a little bit once again, and more a place of like general confusion, and then people see like these two esteemed Draenei enjoyed by you guys. They look concerned at Buhd, but when they see the two Draenei, they like calm down for a little bit, and Velen says, "All is well, everyone. All is well." And slowly, people like return to what they were doing. No, Velen will be approached by two guards and one of them will ask, "Prophet, who aren't they?" And Velen will like raise a hand and say, yes, I believe they will explain everything in front of the king as well. But do not worry, I don't believe there's any harm. And the guards reluctantly allow you to make your way to the throne room as you guys finally meet King Varian. And I do have an image for the throne room, but go ahead.
Before we get to that, Mr. Velen, we have another two of our friends who are still in jail.
And he like looks at you and says, "Then I don't have the authority for that, but we can ask the king to bring them to present your case as well then."
All right, sure.
Give me a second because funnily enough, again, the background images are not sorted alphabetically, unfortunately. So I have to look like at them in like order of appearance. Oh, don't tell me I actually deleted the throne room at one point, because we used it in like season 1 when Benjamin was having his like vision thing. In the meantime, I'll just use this.
Whoa, the throne room looks different than what I imagined.
Yeah.
Less trees and stuff.
Sure. Meanwhile, while this is happening, while I like shrink down the NPCs, because I'm going to put a bunch more NPCs. Okay, we'll take advantage of Skoll being AFK for a little bit. Zelris, can you roll me another careful to see where your journey takes you next?
I keep getting zeros. It's not going to get any better.
Okay. With that roll, you will hear once again motion behind another like cross section. Again, you presume that there is somebody like in the cross section to your left. There's no like light coming this time, like it isn't someone holding a torch. You just hear some motion and what appears to be like someone munching on something, if that makes sense, eating something.
I sneak past them. I just get on my tippy toes and sneak past them.
Give me a sneaky and I'll oppose.
9.
Okay. Yeah, if you were to look, unless I'm not going to put the NPC on screen just yet, but you will see that it's the fortune teller you and Thompshire encountered.
Yeah, I thought so.
Sneaking on some delicious rats, and she does not notice you. And you continue on your way.
I continue on my way again.
Thompshire, does Benjamin do anything? No NPCs will like disturb you yet.
No, not really again.
Sure. Any reactions, by the way, to like the dragon roars?
Oh, they hear that?
The very first one you heard, the others not so much.
I guess I'd be surprised, but then I'd probably remember that Bladebeard has that device thing that can replicate stuff.
Okay, sure thing. So let me put the NPCs on screen, featuring another fancy render by Sir Thompshire that he made ahead of time. So thank you for that. So Bladebeard, you will come to a throne room that's like in a scene of organized chaos, let's say, as like the guards are unsure what to do and like people are making way for Velen and his Draenei and you two to approach, and you see King Varian and in the audience several people that you presume are members of nobility once I put them on screen. Give me a hot second. Yeah, you will see. Go ahead.
I imagine the Stormwind team is playing in the background.
Oh yeah, I'll have the like Alliance Garrison music playing because it's the fanciest. Give me a second to put those NPCs on screen. So there's this nobleman that I put in the bottom left. You will also see, for heaven's sake, this nobleman, and you will also see this noble lady. Let me think if there's anyone else that I should be putting. Oh yeah, there is actually. You will also see this gentleman who is sitting in a wheelchair.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, Bladebeard and Buhd, you see these people and that familiar NPC. Velen like reaches out his palm for calm and says, King Varian, these are the people that Archmage Khadgar mentioned. And there's actually... Oh, welcome back, Skoll. We just came back to you guys. Yeah, you see the NPCs on screen, including Lord Roswell's son, who is in a wheelchair. And there's one more NPC that I forgot to put on screen. Give me a hot second. I'm very sorry about that. Where is it? Yeah, this lady. She is in the crowd actually with the other nobles. Don't know if you guys remember her or not.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. And as like Velen introduces you, the lady that's in the middle of the five, like the one over here, says, so they're the ones who caused a warlock conspiracy and nearly murdered Lady Alarian? And the king this time actually says, I want to hear their story first. And he like aggressively motions with his hand for you two to approach.
Bud would walk over.
So would Bladebeard.
Velen and Narik would as well, but they would stay some distance behind you. So Varian like inspects you, looks both of you up and down, and says, so first you come as champions who prevented a demonic invasion, and then my SI7 and my nobles come to me saying that you are causing a warlock conspiracy in the middle of Stormwind. Care to explain yourselves?
Well, obviously, some things don't add up.
Of
Right.
course.
We are not part of any warlock conspiracy.
He like looks at you like, are you going to say more, or?
Bladebeard doesn't say anything after that.
I don't know anything about warlocks, but I was in jail with other ogres for a Lady Whitley.
He like looks momentarily taken aback, and he sighs and says, and mutters something to himself. By the way, these two are like standing apart from these three, just for context's sake. Okay. Yeah. And Varian asks the Teeironor lady, are these the ones you spoke of? And she says, yes, your majesty. And you see that Roswell Jr. is like shooting you guys dirty looks. And Varian says, and from the looks of it, I see he recognizes you too. So I trust the word of Archmage Khadgar, of course, and of the Prophet, but I can't ignore these assumptions about you, especially when they come from my own intelligence service and my own nobility. So care to tell us what exactly happened with Merovi Ilarian and what happened with the warlocks of the slaughtered lamb? By the way, just sorry to interrupt you above board, but I'm presuming that you haven't mentioned that your request that, oh, we should also bring Benjamin and Lyri along. Do you say otherwise?
Oh yeah. We have two more members of our group that are in jail down in the castle. Those two actually no, the elf might have more information than the rest of us combined, so you should get her.
There were two more of them, your majesty, says the Teeironor mage lady, and Varian sighs and orders a guard. Bring the other two then. So you broke out of the royal dungeons, I'm assuming.
Well, I just walked out. The doors were open, and I'm innocent, so I thought, by the law, I was free to go.
The law also mentions that breaking out of prison, even if you're just a suspect, is a crime in and of itself. But fine, we'll hear the rest of your story before making any other judgments. And a guard is ordered to bring the other two. Yeah, you see that Varian like Velen walks up and seems to be conversing with Varian sort of in private, while the rest of the quarters like talks amongst themselves. You are for the moment free to like walk around in this restricted space and like talk to someone or whatever.
So, who's the ponytail guy?
He's King Varian. He's the king of this place. Yeah.
I've never met a well. I think I met a king. Don't remember, but I do think I knew a king. But this is the second king I think I've met. Well,
I never met him. First time I see him.
I guess I met that orc king fellow.
Yeah, war chief.
Yeah, war chief. That Hellscream guy, very angry.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Who said that?
I no. I'm
The DM did.
The DM. If
Yes.
Buhd says, "Oh yeah, I met the big war chief guy out loud," or whatever.
Yeah, he's calling him mean and stupid and stuff. He's insulting him.
I mean, you definitely catch Varian's attention. He like glances at you, but seems to continue to like converse with Velen about whatever.
Yeah. That war chief, he killed the son of this guy, Prince Anduin.
Did?
Yeah, I mean, he told you. Someone else told me, I believe.
His orkies kill friendship.
Yeah, that too.
Man, got a lot in common.
Again, you guys are sort of like in the middle of the throne room, not necessarily close to anyone.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is audible of like someone's paying attention, like Varian is, but for the moment, until Benjamin and Lyri are brought in, you're free to like continue talking among yourselves or like talk to any one in particular of these groups.
I guess we can go to the where the mage woman is.
And
mage girl.
And Lord Roswell's son is also there.
Oh, he look familiar.
Yeah. Let's go there.
Okay.
Roswell Jr. looks up at you and says, "I hope I never had to fucking see you two again."
Oh, I missed you too.
Oh, no, not you two, just you, because he's never met Bladebeard, actually. Never mind.
Oh, he did.
Weren't you in prison when... Oh, no, you weren't. That's right. My bad.
He was afraid of me because I ate a woman.
You're right.
Wow. Irony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, he's like sitting in a wheelchair. He says, "I hope he never see you guys again." Then Buhd says his thing, and he says, "Well, destiny has its strange way about things, doesn't it? I've been apparently summoned for charges of conspiracy here as well."
I think I was summoned here because I'm going to create the first Ogre Union.
He like genuinely looks confused at you, and then he like the dots start the wheels start turning in his head, and he says, "Wait, you mean Lady Whitley's ogres?"
Yeah, I was one of her ogres, and then I met some of my friends, and I promised them freedom.
He like takes a long, heavy sigh and looks worried, let's say.
Sorry, you're one of Khadgar's friends, right? You were at Booty Bay when we fought demons. I say to the mage.
Give me a second to remember what her exact name is. Okay. Yeah, she says, yes, Nisa, Captain Bladebeard, Mr. Buhd.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, though I'd hoped it would be under better circumstances. The Archmage sent me here to give you an update about your friend.
Oh, Shalan.
She nods.
Oh,
Yeah, how's he doing?
Well, before that, I did not expect that I would be put in as more or less a witness at a trial.
oh, is that what this is now?
Well, not necessarily a trial, I suppose, but questioning, interrogation. I'm not sure what the right word is. Prosecution. That says Roswell irritably. Sure.
What's that mean, Bladebeard?
I have no idea.
Oh no.
Well, we are just here to explain what's going on.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of explaining to do, apparently. I'm sorry that the Archmage can't be here in person. I will do my best to help present your side of events. Right, your friend Shalan, he's stable. Let's say he's awake.
He's a stable, like with horses.
Roswell says she means he's alive, you morons.
Oh, great. That's good. I don't know what we'll do about the horses, but it's good that he's alive.
Right. Well, he keeps mumbling something about Suramar. Are you familiar with that location?
Should I roll a d20 again?
Yeah, give me a d20, because I think it can go either way.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What does Bladebeard think Suramar is? Ironforge's most popular whorehouse. How's that?
Or actually, let's say it's like Gajastan's most popular. Some city that he was in.
Yeah, it's most popular brothel. Okay, sure.
Oh yeah, I actually was in Suramar.
You were.
Yeah, like a few times. So Shalan was there as well.
He keeps talking about it. He appears very determined to go there.
I
Maybe
understand. Yeah.
none of the Kirin Tor have ever been there or even close to it. It's
You should. It's amazing, magical place.
Of course. Can you? Well, after all your names are cleared, he's very insistent on going there. Can you help in that matter?
Yeah, of course. I just need a ship and a crew.
Well, that might need some. To be perfectly honest, I think it's more likely you will receive that from your Baron than from His Majesty at this point.
I don't care which way I get a ship. I just want a ship. I need it to get places.
And I just want my people free.
If anyone's paying attention to Roswell, when Buhd says, "I just want my people free," you visibly see him wince. Actually, I think I did mention. Yeah, I did mention that this guy is the guy that captured the ogres. Yeah, I did mention that.
Yeah, not sure if who knows that information of us.
I think Buhd might know, actually.
I don't. remember that. But
Oh, yeah, it was announced. Yeah, the tournament like announcer person said, and Lady Whitley's Ogre Battalion obtained like with the help of Lord Tarsus Roswell, something like that. So yeah, everyone actually knows. Actually,
oof. I don't know if Buhd's actually gonna call him out on it is the thing, because that's not something I think Buhd would have picked up on and be like, oh, same
also,
guys.
Oh yeah, also the announcer said Lord Tarsus Roswell. This guy's name is Tarsus Roswell, but I'm not sure if Buhd knows that. He knows he's a Roswell, but yeah.
I don't think it's clicked yet.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing. Okay. Yeah, so Nisa will say, well, I'm sorry again that the Archmage couldn't be here. He had a very busy schedule, as you can imagine.
So wait, he brings an ogre and a blood elf to Stormwind and just decides that he's too busy to, like, watch them, make sure that they are not captured.
Well, he did leave them in the care of Stormwind's Mage Academy, in the care of its High Sorcerer. I'm pretty sure he thought they were in safe hands and did not expect them to murder a noble.
We did not murder a noble, and we were not in safe hands. Those guys are idiots. He should not trust them.
Well, regarding the not murdering a noble part, I'm not the one you were going to have to convince.
All I remember is Benjamin peeing.
She like, you see like this expression of wait, what? Like that's not something she expected to hear, but she like, shakes his, and Roswell Jr. laughs out loud. This lady just like looks bewildered.
Benjamin and I go for a walk. We trying to be sneaky because apparently Stormwind doesn't like ogres. And then I got arrested, taken to Ogre prison camp, and then Lady Lyri wanted me to fight in her tournament.
Once again, Roswell's laughter turns from like laughter to wincing. Nisa just looks confused and says, right, I guess let's save that explanation for the king, shall we?
Okay. Me and King, we got a lot in common. We're gonna be pals.
Right. Meanwhile, Benjamin, Thompshire, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you, as you're like lying in your cell, you will hear some footsteps rapidly approaching.
I can just perk up and try to see who's coming.
It's this person. And do you see him?
Yep, I see.
Yes. Well, thanks to your friends, I've got news for you, Mr. Aaran. You've just been moved to a different cell.
Well, I surely hope it has a bed for once.
He like motions to the guards to unlock the door, and they do. This guy walks in and begins shackling you. Do you allow this?
Yeah. Is it?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Is it really standard procedure that prisoners get to keep their weapons?
Well, it wasn't as if we could easily remove them from you.
Well, fair enough.
Cleopatra says, "Hey, what about me? Are you leaving me here? I know Lady Whitley, you know." And the Clovis all the while is ignoring her. Hey, are you listening to me? Clovis keeps ignoring her, and as he finishes shackling you, he like pushes you to go outside.
Well, then I do.
He seems to be taking you in the direction of the interrogation room. But then, at the like cross section, instead of going straight onwards, he takes a fork to the left, your left, and he keeps walking. And when he reaches the dead end, he. By the way, there's also a guard with you, and feel free to like interrupt me at any point. Okay?
You're gonna stab me, aren't you?
You're asking Clovis, or are you asking me?
No, I'm messing out of character.
He's a Dreadlord.
I guess we'll see. Yeah, Clovis like touches a certain rock in the masonry, and a secret tunnel opens up. And he turns to you and says, "Maximum security because of this recent little breakout. My bad."
Well, I honestly thought you were gonna stab me in the back for a second there.
Why would I do that? You're a valuable prisoner, Mr. Aaran, and one of our only leads in solving Lord Merovi's murder.
Well, let's say Stormwind has surprised me the last few days.
And he like pushes you to go into the tunnel.
And I do.
You will walk for like 10 or so minutes as Clovis and lights the guard lights a torch, and Clovis is like holding you. Do you do or say anything while you're walking?
Not particularly.
Okay. Yeah. And eventually you reach another wall, and Clovis once again touches a piece of masonry. The wall opens, and you are ushered into what appears to be not a prison cell, but more like how should I say this? What looks like an abandoned tavern. And Clovis like will eventually sit you down in one of the chairs while I put something on screen. Again, feel free to do or say anything if you'd like.
I'm kind of just looking around for now, because this is definitely a strange place.
You hear he sits you down and then like stands there and says, and someone says, "Not Clovis, not what you were expecting."
I mean, it's slightly better than what we had.
Oh, come now, nephew. I thought you were smarter than this. As you see, this gentleman walk up to you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you see this gentleman walk up to you. Sorry, it looked like I was about to say something because my screen bugged out for a second.
Okay. I guess first Benjamin is kind of aghast, and he just blinks a couple of times. And he's just like, what is this?
Oh, this is apparently the result of what happens when you find yourself at the wrong place at the wrong time, my dear nephew. And he like pulls out a chair and like places it so that he can sit face to face with you. Clovis meanwhile leans against one of the pillars of the tavern, let's say.
Well then, what's your deal in all of this?
First, my question: why did you kill Lord Roswell?
Well, I didn't personally do that, but, well, for one, he was conspiring to take over Stormwind.
Conspiring to take over Stormwind. He was a paranoid fool, but he wasn't a usurper. I'll say that much. No, he didn't have the ambitions of the kind. Unfortunate for him. His death was an expected casualty, though not necessarily the manner in which it happened. That has caused us a few problems. Of which you are to thank for, I should say.
Where are you trying to go with this?
Where's my daughter? My first question.
Well, I was just thinking of asking that for one, but I saw her in Buhd Bay.
Right, and you captured her. What happened after that?
Well, in the confusion of the battle, she just managed to get away.
I see. Well then. He shoots a glance at Clovis, and then he says, "Call me a fool, but the only reason you're alive, to be perfectly honest, is that you are my nephew. If in front of me were Miss Sin Lyri or Captain Bladebeard, their head would be at my feet at this point. Do you realize what you've just stumbled into so blindly? And how exactly do you think you can get out of this situation?"
He kind of stands silently for a moment, and he just goes, "Who are you in all of this?"
He looks at Clovis. Clovis shoots him a look, he shakes his head no. But your uncle will look at you, and he will say, well, let's just say that I'm part of a group of people who wish to make a better future for Stormwind. And you have stumbled in and caused our plans to accelerate at a pace I'm not sure I'm able to control.
And what does a better place even mean?
What was your question, sorry?
And what does a better place even mean?
A place without corrupt nobility, a place where we can have the power to do as we wish, a place where veterans like you don't have to be shipped off to wars half a world away and return traumatized, traumatized to the point they can't even attend their parents' funeral. He looks at you with a look that's that's not friendly. Let's say he holds that as a slight you made against him, if that makes sense.
Okay. What did I say? I guess I'm not bound to the chair, am I?
No, but you are shackled.
Okay. Then I can just kind of suddenly get up and just say, "And who are you to say that? You've been missing for God knows how many years."
I've been taking care of our family. Well, perhaps my family, I should say. Better than you have, that's for sure. And I don't have to explain to you what I've been doing, what sacrifices I've made to ensure that.
Right, so much about keeping your family safe, and you don't even know where your daughter is.
And whose fault is that? Whose fault is it that I don't know where my daughter is?
So now you're holding me responsible, is that it?
He sighs and says, and takes a moment to compose himself, and he says, I didn't take you here to talk about the past, Benjamin. Well, not so much that distant of past, but rather to talk to you about the future. Please sit back down.
He kind of slowly sits back down, but still kind of with an angry look on his face.
He takes a moment to compose himself once again, and he says, "Did you ever wish to train with your cousin under me to learn the same techniques she learned?"
Well, those did intrigue me when I was a child, but that was about it.
Because the way I'm seeing it, my dear nephew, fortunately, just my word alone won't be enough to spare you from what's to come. So the way I see it, either, well, I train you as I trained my daughter and as I trained others, and you help us in achieving our goals, or he sort of motions with his head to the blade that he's carrying. Though you are my nephew and, well, your father, misguided as he may be, will certainly miss you, I cannot abide a threat to our plans.
Right, making Stormwind a better place, but how do you really intend to stop people from going to wars? How is that even possible?
By having someone else do the wars for us.
And who would that be?
Well, let's not reveal all our cards just yet. Now, what did you think of dear Elswith? She can be quite a harsh liar sometimes. Don't you agree?
I can't just narrow my eyes. Did you plan all this?
To be perfectly honest, no. We improvised when you fools bumbled and broke Merovi's ribs. No, it was all improvised. That was not our original plan. But the fact of the matter is that you and your friends represent a threat to our interests. You simply happen to know too much. The wrong place at the wrong time, as I mentioned. So I'm trying to offer you a way out of this mess, dear nephew.
Which would be becoming a slave to your cause.
Not a slave. That's not the right term. You would be my subordinate. My left hand once my daughter finds her way back here. Well, if she finds her way back here. You are clearly quite talented on your own. The other two that were with my daughter clearly told me of your performance in battle. So I don't know if there's much that I can teach you. But my point is, leaving aside our family bond, someone of your talents would be quite useful to our cause. And if given that the alternative is that a talented young man would end up, well, in multiple separate graves at this point, can you see the predicament we are in? I'm trying to save your life, dear nephew. Though Clovis over here doesn't really approve of that, I have my vetoing power, let's say.
Even if I say yes, How do you expect to keep me in mind?
Well, simple. You'll be confined isn't the right term. You will be kept under watch until our plans are underway. And he then like shrugs, and at that point it won't exactly matter what you do, and any sensible, intelligent person, like I know my nephew is, obviously, would see the way things are turning. You're also, Thompshire, you're also free, by the way, if you'd like to like look around, ask questions about like your general environment, etc., or about him, or about Clovis, etc.
I mean, I guess it's a good moment to pull out my stunt to notice little details that may be important to the moment.
Let me check again the exact wording on your stunt. Okay. You notice that you are on pretty much the bottom floor of this tavern, abandoned tavern, and there's a door that leads outside. Now the door does look to be locked, but if you can like manage to, hypothetically obviously, to make your way past your uncle and Clovis, and also unlock the door, which isn't hard. It's not like locked with a key, but rather it's what's the term for the, like, well, anyway, it's like a lock that you can just open. It just basically holds people away from the outside, not the inside. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like kind of those bathroom locks.
Sure. Yeah, pretty much. So it's several of those types of locks, but yeah, they are, you can like open them. You just will need like a couple of seconds to actually do the deed. Now, these people are clearly elite people. Above board, they are final boss levels of power, but it's not impossible. And one other detail you notice that like this tavern is abandoned, unkept, but you clearly see signs of activity, of like this place has been used, so to say. However, at the moment, you only notice your uncle and Clovis, which means that your uncle probably asked for like other people to go away so that he can have this conversation with you.
Okay.
So there's not as many people here as there should be, if that makes sense. Welcome back, Zelris.
Fine. Trying anything else would be suicide, so I guess I'll go along for now.
Well, I'm glad you could see our side of the story. Your uncle like looks at Clovis and he like nods, and you will see that Clovis goes back the way he came, like via the passageway, the secret passageway that leads to Stormwind's castle. And your uncle says, "Handy, isn't it?"
Right.
So, dear nephew, I'd like you to tell me everything that happened when you misplaced the orb.
Misplaced. So you wanted it as well?
Well, you do remember who was the one who recommended the job that Lord Roswell offered, don't you?
Sorry, could you repeat that? You cut off for a bit.
You do remember who it was that recommended that you take up this job by Lord Roswell?
Yeah.
Things would have been much simpler if you had simply done the job. Everything would have been just fine. But now, well, to be perfectly honest, given that Lord Roswell's been exposed, let's say, given your actions, well, I suppose the first thing on our list of tasks is to get rid of whatever is left of his house. You did pull quite a number on his nephew. I almost feel it's almost a mercy to kill him, honestly. Not nephew, his son. My bad.
So you're already trying to turn me into an assassin, is that it?
No, I'm just giving you a picture of what's to come soon. It's obviously too soon for any tests like that, and to be perfectly frank, for our plans to reach fruition, I think we're still a couple of years off. So there's still time for us. Would you care for anything to drink?
I'm fine.
She shrugs and says, "Suit yourself," and he gets up and starts rummaging for some alcohol. Meanwhile, would you guys like to check up on what's Lyri been up to?
Yes.
Are you well, Zelris? Okay. Can you give me, please, another careful roll, please?
It's gonna be 0 again. Okay.
Well, with that roll, it unfortunately means that you wander around sort of directionless without finding either a good path, so to say, or a bad path, so to say.
Okay.
Can you give me another roll? Okay, with that roll, pretty much the same thing will happen, where you will hear motion from at a cross section, and
I do the same thing as last time.
it's not the fortune teller, it's the guy armed with the weird sword.
I do the same thing again. Sneaky, right?
Sure, give me your sneaky, please.
10.
Okay, I'm not even going to bother to roll because even the maximum wouldn't beat that. Okay, can you give me another careful? Okay. You will eventually stumble across someone that I will put on screen momentarily. Give me a hot second. Oh god, where did I put this person? I'm sorry, I have my NPCs categorized by faction affinity, and this person doesn't belong to any faction, so I genuinely don't know where I put him. So while I find him, did I find him? No, I didn't. How are you all doing? What's up?
Okay.
I'm waiting to eat waffles.
Oh, okay. I know what happened. I forgot to upload that NPC's image, so that's entirely my bad. But I will say, you once again hear motion from a cross section. This time to your right, and as you try to sneak your way past, you will see what is above board, what you Zelris the player would recognize as a Tortolan munching on something.
Okay.
Yeah, he just slowly appears to be eating something. You're a bit far away to tell exactly what, but he just seems to be like minding his own business.
I mind my own business. I don't want to talk to anyone. I want to get out of here.
Okay. Okay. Do you move past?
I move past again.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me another careful, please? Okay. You get the sense that you're going in the right direction. Can you give me another careful, please?
Finally.
Is that you definitely get the sense that you're going in the right direction. I will need like another good roll for you to actually exit.
Yeah, it's fair.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me another careful, please? You wander around aimlessly for a while. Can you give me another roll, please? Okay. You are able to find an exit, which is like a neutral exit. It's not like a good or a bad one. So I will roll randomly to see in which district you wind up in, okay?
All right.
So 1 will be Mage's District, 2 Trade, 3 Cathedral, 4 Docks, 5 Dwarven, 6 Old Town.
Mm-hmm.
So you wind up in the Trade District.
Great. Okay.
Yeah,
Lyri drags herself out.
Yeah, you've come out of what's basically like almost a manhole out of the underground sewers and catacombs and all that. You smell awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you look around, you see like the general atmosphere of Hallow's End and people going about their business. There was like an incident earlier, but that was again earlier. So, and actually yesterday. So yeah.
Well, it's Hallow's End. I have an excuse. Lyri just takes off her clothes and throws them on the floor. You know what? It's Halloween. It's Hallow's End. This is my costume. I need new clothes. But first, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get to the Dwarven district.
Are you like stripping naked, or are you just like to your underwear or
Underwear.
okay.
Because I assume they won't be as foul smelling as my overclothes would have been.
You assume correctly, but with Lyri you never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, is this a new Lyri rendering coming?
Oh, I hope.
Patreon edition.
Uh-huh.
Can you give me a sneaky roll? Your stunt wouldn't apply, even if you're not trying to be sneaky. Just this is more like how much attention you are causing. Okay. Okay, that's a well, it's an average roll, but it's good overall. So I'd say like some heads would turn in your direction, but people wouldn't like pay you much attention at this point. Either because you smell somewhat foul, or because it's Hallow's End, whatever reason, they will not pay attention to you. So you will be able to make your way to the Dwarven district if that's what you'd like to do.
Gary will be doing that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Meanwhile, Bladebeard and Buhd, you've been like sitting there for like a couple minutes, like more the time than it took you to like get from the jail cell to where you are, and eventually a guard will like come running to the king and like say something. The king looks concerned, for lack of a better term, confused. And he like motions for the two of you, Bladebeard and Buhd, to come to him once again.
All right.
Okay. And as you do, he says, "It appears your companions are nowhere to be found. Do you have an explanation for this?"
No. But do you know anything? When we left our cell, Benjamin was still there.
Benjamin. I thought you said both of them were still there.
Oh, Lyri was still in the prison, but not in her cell.
So she's probably escaped to the underground catacombs then. Or is hiding somewhere in the prison. Double your search, Sergeant. And the guard stands at attention and runs away. And the king looks at you and says, 2 pirate captains, delinquents who escaped the royal prison, who possibly participated in a warlock conspiracy. That's yet to be proven despite the uproar of the nobility. And yet, also heroes who drove off a demonic invasion. What on earth kind of characters are you?
I mean, it's pretty simple. We are adventurers.
I thought we were pirates.
Yeah. Same thing.
Pirating adventurers?
He sighs out loud and says, well, I suppose we will need to have a proper trial on our hands to set the facts straight. Sure, something these nobles will like, I'm sure. I promise you that Stormwind's justice is fair to everyone, even to your kind.
Oh, that's good, because there's a lot of my kind somewhere here.
We will get the facts straight. And establish what exactly happened, including about what you just said, Mr. Buhd, I believe, correct?
It's my name, Your Highness.
Captain Buhd.
Well, yeah, Captain Buhd too.
It's rude not to include the title.
Well, he's kind of a king, so he kind of gets like a pass. It's like a pass system. You know, he's royalty, and yeah.
Well, he's not your king or my king, so he should use a proper title.
Well, he's a nice king. I mean, he's not trying to kill us like that. The Garrosh fellow. That guy was nuts.
Do you this is a silly question, but do you happen to have a lawyer?
That a type of food?
No, do we need one? I mean, I can just tell you, I'm innocent and we can go, right? There's no need to complicate things.
There's also substantial evidence that you're not.
Fine, I have a lawyer. And I would like to use my stunt. Right? I know a guy who knows a guy.
Sure. Now, above board, King Varian would like to tell you, well, give me his name or her name and we'll go fetch him. You will be on trial tomorrow.
Great, yeah.
Okay. So, he was going to ask that anyway without needing your stunt, I'll say.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I'll use it for anything else this session, so...
If you'd like to use your stunt, we can say that your lawyer happens to be in the castle somewhere.
Oh.
I don't have an NPC ready for him, but yeah.
Obviously. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't use it.
Okay. Sure thing. And he says, until then, he studies you and says, let's assume that you are, as you say, heroes of Stranglethorn, well, as Archmage Khadgar says. For the night, you'll be granted rooms in the royal apartments, but you will remain under guard.
Sure.
Okay.
Can we like bring guests? You know, friends and stuff.
Unless it's Benjamin, Aaran, or Sin Lyri, Ember Sorrow, or your lawyer, I suppose. I'm afraid not.
Sure. All right.
Lieutenant, and he like gives the proper orders to a guard, and the two of you will be escorted to your fancy new apartments. I think the last thing before we end today's session would be Benjamin. Is there anything you would like to do or discuss or whatever at this point?
I think we can leave it for next time.
Okay, sure thing. So, I suppose it's a good spot to end today's session once there it is. Yeah, it's as good a spot as any to end today's session. A shorter one than our usual one, but still over 2 hours, so that's good. Well, our like combat-oriented ones tend to go on for a while. But yeah, what did you all think?
Didn't know that.
Sorry, Skoll.
I was just gonna say I didn't know that Benjamin had an uncle or cousin.
You did meet his cousin. She was one of the people.
Yeah, she was one of the people who appeared in the orb.
Not from the orb.
Right,
but,
yeah.
Oh, the Legion communication device.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about it.
Mm-hmm. And if Benjamin has a cousin, one would assume that he would also have an uncle. Well, probably.
I didn't think he'd show up, I guess, or be relevant.
Sure. But yeah. Lots of like important characters, both in like Warcraft lore and in like our campaign, have shown up today. It was perhaps a little bit much, so I think it's a good spot to take a break so that I can also do some extra planning on that end, I should say.
Yeah, it was amazing. Not what I expected. I didn't expect this session to go this way, but yeah,
Yeah, it seems I've fallen under the shadow of the Silver Mane or something. I don't know.
Ho ho ho.
Yeah. Benjamin, the last thing, like in the machinima version, the last thing in this episode will be like a shot of Stormwind tabard, except the lion is silver instead of golden, in like Benjamin, where Benjamin is or something.
Oh
Very
yeah.
cinematic.
Forgot about we were doing machinimas for this.
Oh god, don't remind me of that. I still have the pain of not having found a voice actor for Hakala. God.
Hey, if anyone can do a troll lady voice, feel free to contact us. My DMs at least are open. Thompshire maybe are too. Thompshire's maybe are too. Yeah. Yeah, apparently ladies who can speak in that accent are rare to find, I guess. So please apply, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
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 Honestly, the only thing that went like more or less exactly as I expected, like when I was doing my planning, was Lyri in the underground adventure. Honestly,
What do you mean?
like I was expecting that out of the two places, Lyri would probably choose the unexplored path, which only leads to the underground. So that was more or less linear than what everyone else was facing, let's say.
Okay.
But yeah, fun times abound. Lots of characters with their own like interests and all of that, and we are preparing for an actual trial, I guess. DoomGoblin, I'm going to like talk a little bit with you in private regarding this lawyer character, because we mentioned him in our private discussions before, but you referenced the character from a show that I haven't seen, so I'll need like some extra details from you.
Sure, I mean, he doesn't have to be like that lawyer. I just said a lawyer like that lawyer, in a sense that he works with criminals and it's corrupt and stuff.
What race is he or she, just for my information?
I don't know. Let's say a human.
Okay, I actually was thinking of a dwarf, but okay, he can be a human.
I mean, I haven't planned anything.
Just make it the middle ground and make it a beardless dwarf.
Oh God.
No. Or if it's a woman, then.
No, if it's a woman, she needs a beard. You can't have it like. No.
It's funny that, like, lore-wise, dwarf women can and often do grow beards, but in game.
In Warcraft?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Well, it doesn't happen in game, but yeah. Well, it's also like, yeah, it's lore-wise, but it only happened. It's only mentioned in novels that predate World of Warcraft, like Day of the Dragon and such.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like in Day of the Dragon, there's a section where, like, some people are flying on a griffin, and the dwarf who's piloting the griffin says, "You want me to land on that hill? That looks like my grandma's beard? Sure."
I mean, most ladies have beards, so I guess that makes sense. Question mark.
There's also another section where, like, other characters meet, like, a bunch of dwarves, and Richard Knack, like the author mentions, all of them have beards. The women have beards as luxurious as the men's.
Yeah, I think that's kind of working off the Tolkien dwarves.
Yeah. If model viewer, like the tool we're using to portray NPCs, would allow female dwarves with beards, I totally have them in our campaign. I'm just saying, but yeah.
Got Photoshop.
I guess. But yeah. I've rambled on for a little bit, but what are also your thoughts on this session?
A lot happened.
It was amazing. I love it.
Yeah, just casually stumbling into Prophet Velen and some main villains of the campaign. You know how it is.
Yeah, just another Saturday night, nothing else.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Zelris?
It was fine.
Okay. Well, any other thoughts before we go into our shoutouts?
I think we're good.
Maybe we are not four dumbest people in Stormwind after all. We are pretty smart. At least me and Buhd.
I never suggested that you were.
I did. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you, dear viewers, for watching and listening to us. I'm going to ask these lovely people to talk about themselves and promote themselves and all that fun stuff. And DoomGoblin, apparently the dice have decided that you should go ahead and talk about yourself first. Could you do that? Yep.
Yeah, sure. I'm DoomGoblin. I draw stuff in a sort of a like cartoonish style, and I post my drawings all over internet, and yeah.
And he's great at it. So do give him a follow on all the links on screen and in the description below. Thank you, DoomGoblin. Next, the dice have decided that Zelris should go ahead and talk about herself and what she's doing, etc., etc. Could you please go ahead, Zelris?
Yeah, sure. I'm Zelris, and I make WoW stuff occasionally, and people like it sometimes, which is cool, and that's about it.
You recently posted a thing about like the Dragon Isles, and I have to say you did an amazing job. It looks great, so kudos on that.
Thank you.
It'll be reality. Woo!
Thank you, Zelris. Next, according to the dice, would be Mr. Thompshire. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yep, I mainly do machinima and renders, but honestly, I haven't been doing either for a bit. But I promise I'll get back to it, hopefully. Yeah, that. And yeah, you can find me on YouTube or Twitter under the same name, Thompshire.
He does a great job, and he also did some NPCs that I will, as usual, feature on screen in our little campaign in this episode specifically. A bit of a coincidence that they all showed up. But yeah, thank you very much, Thompshire. Next will be the owner of the channel you all are watching this on, Mr. Skoll Shorties. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yeah. You guys again know who I am. I generally make lore videos on World of Warcraft, speculation, what ifs, you know, the etc. I also do machinimas. Sometimes I do videos on other stuff, but it's mostly WoW. Right now, I'm currently in the works of a lore video on Strength and Steel, and probably some form of spoof on the Shadowlands ending, just in a hilarious manner with machinima.
Nice. Looking forward to that. Thank you very much, Skoll. And I was your Dungeon Master, Game Master Teeironor. I do this series. I also do another series that's in its own homebrew universe. That's also quite a lot of fun, and I would genuinely recommend. And when I have the time, which isn't very often, I do videos on like video game lore and real life history. But again, not too much real life time for that, unfortunately. But other than that, dear viewers, thank you all once again for watching and listening to us. We will be back next week on Sir Thompshire's channel, and we shall all see you there. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye bye.
See you.
Bye.